And we are live. Hello. Hi, Mahnaz.
Hello. Hi, how you doing, Diana?
I'm fine, nervous. Thank you. How are you? I'm glad to have you here. Let me fix the connection if I can.
I'm pleased to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you. So, can you hear me? Is this working?
I can.
Okay. Yeah, it's the connection. Oh, great. So here we are. Well, let's say a few words about yourself, first of all, and then let's present the intention about this meeting we have, this conversation. So my intention, first of all, is about, I don't know, bringing some wisdom and some clarity about self-development area in the world, and maybe some techniques or maybe some answers about some questions that people have in this field.
Okay.
Yeah. And let's make, I don't know, this as a natural conversation, let's say. So, what about you? Who are you? Tell us something about you.
I am Mahnaz. I live in London. I am a wife, a mother, a daughter, a sister. I'm human. I follow the Islamic faith. I am a trainer, a facilitator, I'm a coach. I am an awakener. And I see the potential in people that they don't see.
Ooh, that's a big one.
Which can be really hard because when people don't see the potential and I show it to them, they're like, nah.
Yeah.
But that's okay. That's okay.
They're almost starting a fight, isn't it?
It can be like that. It could be resistance to their own light. It could be resistance to being seen, their vulnerability. And you know, life teaches us these things, I think, naturally. I think life presents things to us which make us more human. And when we resist that, it's quite painful.
Wow.
But when we have a coach and when we have somebody to play with in terms of our emotions or our lives or work, of where we want to be, where we want to go, and exploring that, then sometimes these challenges are easier to navigate. And actually we get the learning and the lessons to be able to deal with what comes in life, or the awareness to be able to deal with what comes in life.
Yeah, you know, I'm the best example about everything you said before.
So am I. So I know. And I'm still living it.
Yeah, indeed. Who doesn't know, I took the coaching class with you. And this was like the heaviest slap I get.
But just to tell everyone, this wasn't a physical slap.
Yeah, no, metaphorically speaking.
We don't condone violence unless someone wants it.
Yeah, right. I was asking for, so yeah. I was resisting so hard. Oh my God. Oh my God. I can't remember. But in the same time, it was like a real awakening, to be honest. So it was the first door for me to find myself in a way, my true self or something.
Mm.
Because I remember, I'm not sure you remember, but I remember that I was looking for something. My entire life, I was looking for something. I didn't know what I'm looking for, but it
Yeah.
was like, what is going on? Nothing is working, but I don't really have a problem. But what is this about? And when I first met you, and then when I took the class with you, it was like, okay, it was about finding myself and returning to myself. It only that, like, really, you know, can be so
Yeah.
simple. Come on, give me something to solve, give me some problems, I don't know.
And isn't that interesting? Because we're taught from a very young age, you know, that judgment is there. You know, what you're doing, the right thing, the wrong thing, and it's something that defines society in a way, the rights and the wrongs, and we're judged constantly on what we do right and what we do wrong. But actually, beyond that, underneath that, we've got all the resources that we need to live life and to accept ourselves for the path that we take, which might be a little bit scary or might be challenging or might not be in the interest of others or might not be in the interest of yourself.
Yeah, so
Even.
many reasons and justifications about not doing that, not taking that, not. Yeah, you know, I started this conversation with you and this project, or whatever this is.
I like that it hasn't been defined. I like that it's a this.
I really don't know what that is, so let me play a bit. I don't know. It
Yeah,
will
do
come, I
please.
guess. But I really want to make this platform to create this space for people to have some, I don't know, maybe some insights about what is possible, about there is something more than we were educated to believe in or about or something like that. Because I personally was always like, it's hard for me to believe that life is only about struggling and solving problems and surviving and so on. We can be happy, and when you say happy, it's like, you know, people are, yeah, whatever, it's a word, what this is, blah blah blah, so many definitions and judgments around this word. But the fact is, there is this ease that we can experience when, I think, when we find and we create and accept this peace with ourselves or something, you know. As you said before, it's about going out of, I don't know, of judgments, self-judgments, and allowing us to receive more and allowing us to be loved in every way. I don't know, you know, there is the universe, the God, whatever. Yeah.
Authentically. There is the when you mention the infinite possibilities, I think that's a big key here. We live in society according to rules and regulations and what people define as good and bad. And I think one of the things that is really interesting is that we have our own path. I can't tell you what that is for you. I can't tell you what that is for me. I mean, but one of the things that I do know is that this path unfolds in the moment. And sometimes it can feel hard, and sometimes it can feel easy, effortless. What I know is that when it's effortless and it feels like ease, it's the right one. You know, it's meant to be in this direction. Confusion is brilliant because what's happening is that you're having a bit of a mind. Your mind's totally experiencing something that's different, and it doesn't know whether it doesn't understand consciously what the cause of the confusion or what the answer is. It's like an unknowing. And when you mentioned confusion earlier, I think you mentioned the word came up. I realized that it's an awareness again, because for me, I don't know what I'm going to say or what's going to be said. But what I do know is that what's coming through me is not me. Almost, it's like I'm just sharing the wisdom that comes through me, and I'm not sure if that makes sense to a client or not, but I know that something lands. And in that space of curiosity is where people get aha moments, epiphanies, a deeper awareness of something that they know to be true, rather than they think is true or they believe is true, but they have a deep knowing that this is the truth. And it's a consciousness, it's an awareness. It's not something you can manufacture, although I saw a video today about a target for 2024 being to transfer consciousness technically from one person to another, which was really interesting. So I don't know where things are going and people are planning, and you know, humans are designed to make mistakes, to be rebels, to toe the party line, to do things that are not the same as everybody else. Everybody has their own path. And if you think about the people that have who have made tracks in the world, they do so outside of their comfort zone, outside of what society expects them to do. Some people in society expects them to do, others will probably relate. But also, you know, you can't encapsulate the human spirit in a bottle. It just can't happen. And I feel like, you know, when people are kept in a bottle, which is defined by society, and, you know, I think a lot of people are slave to the system, and it's innocent, totally innocent. I could have been there. But it's not necessarily where freedom lies. Freedom of the truth of who you are, which is, and I'll say it, love.
Yeah.
It's just that it gets clouded over by thoughts and judgments and stories, and we all get hooked in. We all get hooked in. We all want to, you know, fight injustice, and at some point we want to get get caught into the I'm not good enough bracket. We get caught up in the things that are outside of us that we think we've been called to resolve. And and that's, everybody's got their own path, but I'm trying to find words to describe how a world would look which is filled with equanimity and fairness and honesty and authenticity and love, unadulterated love. And I'm not talking about love in terms of, because we have one word for love, and it's stifling. But we're talking about love for humanity, love for mankind, love for animals, love for our planet, love for creation, which is where I think the answers lie. We have our own blocks, and we have our own judgments, and we have our own experiences that put us in a position where we've been wronged. And we've all had that. I've had it. And actually, we could hold on to that and use it to change, which is really hard work, because it's like, and it's not wrong. I'm not saying it's wrong. If it's someone's path, it's fine. But what happens when you let go of that victimization? What happens when you let go of that? What happens with you in your life then? What could you create where anything is possible for you? And then what happens to the perpetuating of a cycle which exists where, you know, if the wrongs are happening in the world, what's the rights that we're looking to follow in terms of our own calling? Does that make sense? I don't even know what I just said, but does that make sense?
For sure. But I was listening to you, and this conversation is bringing so many things. I was thinking about what should I ask now, because there are so many subjects and topics about that. But now at the end, I'm like trying to create a structure or something. I guess bottom line, and long story short, it's about let's say acknowledging your essence, who you are, and having the courage maybe to embrace that. Because in my experience, it was a path that, I don't know, as a, what's the name of the mountain routes? You know, the train, that created me so much confusion about what is going on. I had this inside feeling that all those judgments are not about me, but then I'm living my life in order to confirm those judgments, if that make any sense, you know?
Yeah, it does.
Till I just had this aha moment when I said, okay, but there is this missing part of connection with the source, name it whatever you want to call it. And in the same time, this connection with the source, it's the same thing with connection with yourself. So when you recognize this potency, this power of the source, you can't hide your own potency and power anymore. Like,
no,
there is no alignment in this. So I think this is one of the biggest, let's say, challenges for people, claiming and acknowledging and accepting the self-potency and self-power and something like that, you know? And it's also the story of the mind and those beliefs that we have, conditions, let's say, and so on. So I was wondering, what can be one, I don't know, recommendation or a tool, something that you can offer to someone who is struggling, let's say, with self-judgments and not acknowledging his own power or something?